A maize seed grower is the person responsible for the quality of seed from isolation to harvest. This week on The Ghanaian Farmer, we tell you about how to go about producing or growing maize seed to be sold to other smallholder farmers to actually produce, and then the final consumer would come for it and add value like banku and others for us to consume. But what does it take to become a maize seed grower? That is what the CEO of Efa Farms will be telling me today. He's with me and he's taking me from his cowpea to the cassava to mango, and now we find ourselves in maize. There is a lot to uncover when it's come to this gentleman we are talking about. Remember, he's a man with 3 different hats. He is a district agric officer, a farmer, and of course, a certified seed producer or grower. I'm going for a quick breather. When I come back, Mr. Lawrence Efa would be joining me here to tell me what it takes to actually grow the seed that you would be selling to other smallholder farmers. Stay tuned and I'll be right back. Thanks for staying. If you're just tuning in, you're watching The Ghanaian Farmer, and the spotlight today is on enlightening you or teaching you to go into the business of maize seed production. And to tell us more about this venture is Mr. Lawrence Efa. He's the CEO of Efa Farms. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my sister.
We meet again.
Thank you. Yeah.
Right. So now we find ourselves in your maize farm.
Yeah.
And this maize is purposely for seed, right?
Of course.
Seed production.
Yes.
And then you sell it to other smallholder farmers.
Yes.
Okay, let's start off with acres that we have here.
Yeah.
How many acres are we looking at?
Yeah, I have 200 acres.
200?
Yeah, with 3 varieties.
Okay.
Yes.
So which varieties are these?
We have Obatampa, which is 50 acres.
Okay.
Then I also have Honampa.
Okay.
Also located at another place because of the isolation.
Yes.
Also 50 acres elsewhere, and this is Omankwa, 100 acres.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Today our focus is going to be on advising the maize farmer in terms of which one should I go for. Now you mentioned Obantapa, you mentioned which one again?
Omankwa.
Omankwa, and then?
And then Honampa.
Okay. Yeah. Now elsewhere or in the field of maize farming, I've heard about varieties like Lake and Panya, which I was even asking you. Yeah. What's the difference between those ones and what we have here?
Those you mentioned, the Panya and others, they are foreign hybrids. Okay. They are hybrids.
Right.
And, you know, under normal circumstances, hybrids is, you know, is up. Right. In terms of yield and other related factors. Okay. But this one too, we produce, it is the OPV, which is the open pollinated. Yeah. Some are yellow in color. This is white in color. This is Omankwa. Okay. We equally have other varieties at other places because of isolation. Okay. For example, if I plant the yellow one, which is Honampa, close to this, it will cross-pollinate. And you have a different variety, mixed colored. That's when you open the corn husk, you see yellow-green. Yellow-green. It is a different pollen that's crossed. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So if you are producing seed, the emphasis is isolation. Okay. You have to detach one variety from the other at a far or specific area. For example, it should be around 300 meters radius from your farm. Otherwise, the pollen will cross. But they have also, the researchers have also realized that they cannot cross beyond the 300 meters. So if you do that, you are safe. Okay. Now, just like 3 weeks ago, you were enlightening us about how to go about the cowpea seed production. Yeah. Can we also go through the process for maize to be able to produce maize seed for other farmers? That's perfect. You know, under normal circumstances, land preparation, you don't see much difference. Okay. You clear your land, you do your first plow, and you harrow. That is the best way to, so that the seeding, whatever you put inside, once it has a good soil, it will germinate and germinate very well. So before you go into seed production, your land preparation, like I've mentioned, is very, very key. Then you acquire your planting material. You don't acquire it from anywhere, any other source, from a reputable source, like Crop Research Institute, SARI, Savannah Research Institute, Savannah Agricultural Research Institute. You can also get it from Ghana Grains and Legumes Development Board. These are the major sources that you can
get your seed,
your
from. Planting material.
Yes. Remember this planting material.
Yes.
I told you some time ago when we were having this
cowpea conversation.
Yes. So it applies to maize too.
Okay.
You have the breeder seed. We don't produce it.
Of course.
It is the scientists who do the laboratory work, come out with a particular variety. Then they multiply in a small quantity. Then they bring it to the Grains and Legumes Crops Research. Then there's also another unit out there that also multiplies the breeder seed and stemmed foundation seed. So we farmers who produce the seed maize, we go in for the foundation seed from say these institutions, and then we come and plant. So what we normally plant here, it is the foundation seed that we plant.
Okay.
After you have planted, harvested, and they process it, then if it's certified by the recognized body, which is Seed Inspectorate Unit, then it's accepted to be a certified seed.
Okay. Maize is one staple food for Ghanaians.
Yeah.
It is used in cooking a lot of meals.
Yes.
So as a seed producer, what time of the year do you go buy your seed, prepare your land, and do the planting so that farmers can have it on time to also do production?
Yes. Here we have 2 seasons.
Okay.
So normally where we have 2 seasons, our major season starts from maybe middle of April to somewhere middle of May. That is the ideal period for planting maize here. So you go in for it within that period after you are done with the land preparation, or you can choose to buy it ahead of your land preparation, that if anything occurs, at least you are safe as far as your acquisition is concerned. So you do that, and then you look for labor, those who do the planting. And normally, we had the services of the youth and some women groups and others who have been assisting us in the planting.
Yeah.
So you go into planting.
Okay.
Within that, this variety, Honampa or Mankwa, it takes 90 days to maturity.
Okay.
So you calculate when you harvest. So if, for example, if you plant in maybe ending of April, so that tells you ending of May, June, ending of July, it should be ready for harvesting and processing.
Okay.
And whilst you are producing, you should also target the market. And if you are producing major season seed, it means you are going to process it for those who plant in the minor season to take advantage. So if you come too late, before you realize, they cannot buy the seed and plant. So normally these are some of the...
You have to calculate the time well.
Exactly.
To meet the market.
Yes.
Okay.
But because we sometimes depend on the natural weather, sometimes the rainfall can prolong, and that can also affect production.
Okay. So these 200 acres, you're doing it purely with rain-fed?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's really insane. Now, these 3 varieties that you mentioned, which one is the biggest? I mean, yes, 200 acres. Which one did you plant bigger than the other?
I think the Obatampa, where we are standing.
Okay.
Sorry, Omankwa, where we are standing, is 100 acres.
Right.
The rest are 50-50.
50-50. Why?
You know, it also deals with preference.
Okay.
Farmers' preference. Those who have, who normally cultivate in the forest regions, let's come back to the history of these plants. The duration of Atampa is about 105 to 110 days to maturity.
Okay.
This type is 90 days to maturity.
Okay.
Honampa equally like that.
90 days?
Yes.
Okay.
So those who are close to forest or who are in the forest regions, if they want to have, most of them prefer the
100 and
yes.
5?
Yes.
Okay.
In the actual fact, the yield is a bit higher. It's a bit above this.
Okay.
You know, under normal circumstances, maize,
yes,
depending on the duration, those with higher days,
okay,
there is the likelihood of higher yield. And then we produce this because of the shortness of time. Even if the weather is not too good for you, at least you can rely on it.
Okay.
For example, if we are all supposed to plant in, maybe we were late and we had the varieties to choose between, starting from somewhere August. Because you know, when you calculate 120 days will end you in ending of October, and this will end you in somewhere middle of September.
Okay.
Which one will you choose?
I want the
so
one
that you will not risk.
Yes.
You will not risk
Yes.
too. So all the varieties,
yes,
they were breeded for a purpose.
Okay. All right.
And in the actual fact, they are able to tolerate drought to some extent.
Okay.
Disease management is somehow, resistance is also very nice.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So with these 200 acres, when you're buying, how much do you buy from the breeders, the plant seed breeders, before you come to actually plant it here? How much is it sold? 1 kilo?
Oh, a kilo by conversion, you know, is 1,300 for 5 acres.
Okay.
Which is 45 kilos.
Okay.
So that is if you convert.
Right. And in one hole, how many do you drop in one hole?
You put 2 per hill.
Okay.
Equally, you can choose 1 per hill.
Okay.
We have done that practice, provided you are able to manage it very well.
Okay.
And but the proper recommendation is 80 by 40 by 2 per hill.
Okay. All right. So when you drop it, how long does it take before it starts tasseling and then you see the maize sprouting?
Well, when you plant, within 45 days time, it will begin to tassel.
Okay.
It will be and this maize, for instance, normally when it tassels, then the cob formation also follows. So it is not like the local varieties whereby the tassel will appear for some days before you see the cob formation emerging.
Okay.
It comes alongside.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's it. We're having an interesting, insightful conversation about maize seed production. And here is the CEO of Efa Farms who is telling me more about how to go about your seed production, especially if you want to be a certified maize seed grower that would sell to other farmers. There are recognized or registered institutions that he mentioned. You have to buy from them, or you come to him. You call him, you tell him which region you are. He knows which one will work for your region, and then he will supply you. I'm going for a quick breather. When I come back, we'll talk more about the management of the crop before it is fully matured for you to harvest. And after harvest, what then? How would you care for it until the farmer comes to buy it? I'm going for a quick breather. I'll be right back. Right. Those of you who are looking for land to buy, a lot of you abroad especially, have been calling me, and I want land to buy. I want a genuine person who can help me to buy land. I want a litigation-free land. At times, you even go as far as, when I buy the land, is there someone who can care, who can manage, who can even, establish the farm and supervise or monitor it for me? Well, I have good news for you. And the good news is from Agriculture, Land, Life, and Development Consult. They will take care of you and help you get land in places like in Tampo, in Kransa, Wenchi, or if you are in any of the Bunu enclave, just reach out to them and then they will be your best bet. They have good land at good locations with very affordable prices. You want to call them on 0243 356008. When you call them, they will talk to you. Of course, just monitor the crawler and you also see their information. So, Mr. Efa.
Hello.
Management of the maize until it is ready for harvest. And then harvesting, what next? Tell me some of the management practices that you do.
Okay. Thank you so much. We will dwell on weed management, insects and disease management. basically. So after planting, that is the next line of action. Controlling the weeds is a major aspect. Do not exceed 2 weeks after planting.
Okay.
Or do not exceed 2 or 3 weeks after planting.
Okay.
That will give you the best weed management results. Then after weeding, equally it can coincide with fertilizer application.
Right.
So normally when you plant maize, even the very day that you plant, if you are using machine, you can apply the fertilizer alongside.
Okay.
But here, because we do it manually, we wait for the plant to germinate so that we can see it, we can observe it well, so that when we apply, we will not damage them. So after planting, 4 or 5 days, it should germinate. So by 7th day going, up to 40, maximum 14 days, you should be able to apply your first fertilizer, which is NPK. And it is 2 bags per acre with application. And then you have already managed your weeds. You have applied your first fertilizer. This time around, the so-called, the almighty fall army worm is very, 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 very serious in all the maize cultivating areas. So normally you have to make sure you are able to manage the insects. Not that insect, there are other related insects that cause damages to the crop plant. But it's very ideal that within 2 weeks period, you can apply the chemical that can, combat or control the insects. If you are done with that, I told you within 7 to 10 days or 14 days, you should apply your first fertilizer. As far as this maize is concerned, I told you it's somehow early maturing, 90 days. So your next application will be the urea or sulfate of ammonia. If you want to apply urea, it is appropriate by 4 weeks or 1 month after planting. If you are applying urea, it's better time to do the application. However, if you want to apply sulfate of ammonia, there is difference. It is able to absorb by the plant within 7 days, 1 week. So that one, you can even choose to go to the 5th week after planting, so that 1 week time, you will see the results on the crop. But with urea, it takes 10 to 14 days. So if you delay with the application, maybe going to the 5th week applying, it means the response will be 7th week. This means that this might have tasseled before. So the nutrients, the plant will not take good advantage or full advantage of the nutrient. So if you are applying the sulfate of ammonia and the urea, these are the cautions that the farmer has to.
For all that you're saying, you are just working like the normal farmer, the one who is doing it for me to go and buy and make banku.
Yes.
I thought that you guys, your practices, but let me ask this.
I have not finished.
You?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I have not finished. We also have what we call rogging and thinning. Thinning out will mean when the plant is overpopulated, like this, if you plant here, instead of planting 2, you planted 3 or more, it means you have to remove 1 or 2, leaving the rest out there. And then the rogging too, you move around. When you are able to identify strange maize, if I say that, it means that is not true to type of what you are planting. You have to walk in, remove everything. Otherwise, it might contaminate. Whether it's a disease plant, you have to remove so that it will not contaminate the original maize. So it's also an issue that has to be taken care of. So you do that, then it will come to harvesting. You wait, like I told you, by 90 days, it should be ready to do the harvesting. Then that too, you harvest. You have 2 methods. So you choose between which one will be
for you.
One could be you can harvest, you can dehusk on the stalk. That is a bit tedious, but that is the most quality choice that that you have to. And then you heap them, and then you hire labor to also sort by picking the smaller seed sizes and the rotten, damaged ones. You remove from it, and then you do it, and then you shell. So the quality ones, that will be the seed that you are going to process. After selecting and what do you call it?
Doing the grading, the sorting.
Yes. After you have done that, you after transportation, you also hire hands, labor. Normally, it's women who have been doing it. So that they will also pick. They will do the picking. The picking is after you have shelled.
You
engage some women to work on it by picking the rotten ones, the non-viable ones out of it, so that you have your clean seed. However, you have a sieve that you use to clean, so that extra smaller ones that are not desired will drop, so that there will be some sort of uniformity. They will come and inspect, test the viability or the germination test. That will be done by the
scientists.
The seed inspectory division.
Units.
Meanwhile, they will be monitoring you. From time of land preparation, they will come. After planting, they will come. When it's at the milking stage or to harvesting, they will also come.
They will come.
Yes. If they have any suggestion or recommendation, they will give, and you are adhere to. Until they will even allow you to say, maybe now you can go and harvest. So until it is certified by the unit, you will not be allowed to sell as seed.
Oh, wow. Guys.
It's a journey. It's a journey. Of course.
I was about to say that their work is just as simple as the farmer, but hello.
Not at all.
The things he's talking about is a lot of rigorous, step-by-step process to go through. Now tell me, what happens to the maize stalk after harvesting? What do you do to the stalk?
Now here, basically, we allow it to be on the field because we produce again. We allow it, and then it will rot and be incorporated into the soil, adding nutrient to the soil that has been there. So
and
we don't burn.
Shelling, what happens to what do you call it? When you shell the maize, is it combo? Whatever you call it? What happens to it?
Oh, normally here, some people come in for when you do the processing in town. Some use it to serve as firewood, and even animals feed on. You can break it, and the animals will feed on.
How long is the approved seeds by the scientists supposed to last on your shelves before you clear the stock? How long?
Well, I produce towards target. So me, for example, I don't reserve seed. I study the market, I survey the market, knowing particular period, what quantity the farmers or the input dealers will need. So I base on that to go into the production. So normally, but within 1 year, you should be able to dispose.
Averagely, how many people work on this field?
Oh, the permanent are 20 people. But when it comes to the casual, especially when you come to fertilizer application and others, close 40, 50 people will come every day. And that will start from when you are harvesting to, you need a lot of hands like that. And then when you go to the processing, which is the picking and others, that one you need more. Sometimes depending on where we can occupy them. At my end, at my processing center, we have about 40 women who will be coming all the day from January, sometimes up to June. So if we will produce the major season again, then they will also come July, and then they will just be picking for the minor season. So actually it creates a lot of job for the people. You can imagine during that period, that's why I say the period of about 6 months, you can engage these casual people 40 to 50 working almost every day until everything is exhausted.
Okay.
Yes.
Lastly, at the final stage, before the farmers start coming for buying, have you sat down to do calculation of how many tonnage you always get or how many kilos you always get?
Oh, yes.
How much are we looking at, roughly?
Yeah. On the average, if you produce 1 acre and everything go on well, then you should expect between 15 and 16 mini bags of maize in an acre field. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
So that will be multiplying 45 by 15 or 16 mini bags. You can see is somewhere 1,300, 1,400 thereabout.
Wow.
Kilos.
Okay. Okay. That's great. You are doing so well. You are doing amazing. Looking at the fact that you people too, you are attacked by fall armyworm, and you still manage to achieve success with 200 acres.
Yeah.
That's no joke.
Of course.
You're doing amazing well.
Thanks for the compliment.
And is it profitable being a maize seed grower? Is it profitable?
Oh yeah, it's profitable.
You
know, something you produce and you are able to expand, you envisage going up higher and higher. If you are losing, you will not do that. Yes, so it's quite good.
All right, that's it. So Mr. Lawrence is the CEO of Efa Farms, and he has a lot of things. I'm told there is rice, there is soya bean. There's a lot to come from this particular farm, and that tells you how experienced he's become over the years. He tells you, look, it's not as if I don't encounter all the challenges. He's mentioned them. But it's about being resilient and facing the challenges head on and tackling them. Finally, how do we call you? How do we find you? For those who want to buy seed, they are in this enclave, or they want to call you for further consultation. Your number, quick.
My number is 055-421-4350. You can locate me at Kintampo. I am. My shop is located at opposite the police regional divisional police headquarters. Okay. And equally at Techima, I do the processing also there. You can find me there at Taco. My office is located out there. Okay. And you come in any quantity you need. You place an order and you will be served. Okay, so that's it. If you place your order, depending on the number of your farms, he's ready to serve you. And so remember that if you are outside Ghana or you are in Ghana and you're looking for land somewhere around Kintampo, Nkransa, Wenchi, or any of the Bor Ahafo, enclave, just contact Agriculture Land Life and Development Consult on 0243 35 6008. They sell land, they help you prepare the land, they even help you do the farm, and they monitor and supervise it. They will help you buy land and litigation free. There is nothing to fear. They are ready. In fact, he has put his integrity online for this particular business. So that should tell you you don't have anything to worry about. Thank you so much for talking to us. But if you have any final message, you can leave it for our viewers before we go. Thank you very much. I don't have much to say, but I want to encourage the youth who claim we have no job, we have no job. That is not true. And equally, people also have perception that farming is for people who have failed in life. Exactly. Farming is for people who are poor and whatever. I want to use this opportunity to, to do away with this myth. Okay. And I want to encourage them that if you have the desire to do, organize yourself, plan, there is good return out of it. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Bye.